I was so excited, but I realized I didn't even have a way to take his payment yet. We didn't have a payment system. So I ran to the other side of the room and said, hey, look, we got a customer. Right. This is real. We're on to something, man. Like, I got someone paying us.
Have you ever had an idea that was so clear it was like a 3D movie? Have you ever told a friend about the idea and they told you, wow, if you could only make that into a business, you would be rich? Sound familiar? Welcome to Knowledge to Currency. I'm your host, Senator Porter, with my co-host, Roosevelt Williams III, and we're here to help you take action. This is free information. We only ask one thing: build a strong foundation and mindset. We have insight to help you get started. Most of us just need a push. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the episode of Knowledge to Currency, where knowledge is power, currency is king. I'm your host, Senator Porter, and you are?
Roosevelt Williams III.
And this episode is sponsored by ClickUp. It's a special episode. And today we have one of the founders and owner of ClickUp, Mr. Chris Cunningham. Welcome to the show.
Man, happy to be here. That intro got me hyped. We'll share some knowledge and get some money out here.
Yeah, man, that's Absolutely. What we want to do. And you definitely a person that we could talk to learn some things for sure. Well, first question, let's talk about how you even got into ClickUp. What is ClickUp?
Yeah, so ClickUp is project management software, and before I dive into what it is, I'll tell you how we got there.
Okay.
We got here in a little different, very unorthodox way. I went to college at Virginia Tech, and when I was there, I was pretty bored. I wanted to do more than just what they were teaching me in school. Mm-hmm. And luckily, I met another guy named Zeb, who is the founder, the real genius behind ClickUp. I'm more the sales guy, the talker. He's the real product genius. But yeah, we met in college, and we were both like, hey, let's find some other things we can get into. And we started managing a rapper. That's Nice. What this whole thing started with managing a rapper, KJ, who actually still works at ClickUp.
Nice.
And, within a month, we were already working with this guy. We were, things happened fast. Next thing we knew, we had a song on the radio.
Wow.
We got in trouble because they had these free podcast studios where you could go record podcasts, but we were going in there to record raps, and it was getting too loud, and they kicked us out. So it was a fun story. But the next thing you know, we were actually on tour with Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller, and we had to switch to online classes, and we were really doing this thing.
Nice.
Didn't work out. We learned that space is a little tougher than we thought, but we learned a lot, had a lot of fun. From there, we started a social media business, and I was actually graduating. So Zeb was really running it, and I was just kind of helping do a little sales on the side, but where we'd help people grow with their followers, their reach, their content, automatic posting, all of that stuff. And that company grew pretty big to the point where I left the main company I was working with. That had went public, Cvent, to go see if we can take this thing to another level. So we did. We grew the team to maybe like 14, 18 people. It was doing well. But Zeb one day had a near-life death experience, and near-death experience, and he woke up and he said, look, man, I don't think I want to just be these guys who grow people's followers. I want to really change the world. How can we do that? Okay. And what we did was we looked at social media and we saw there were some issues. We saw that it was all about these likes and these followers rather than your experiences, your memories.
Okay.
So we dove in. We moved to Palo Alto, California from Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow. And we created an app called Memory.
Okay.
M-I-M-R-I, spelled like the way you say it, memory. No one says memory. And, this thing was popping. It was hot. We really thought we were going to be the next Zuckerberg until Snapchat came out with Snapchat Memories. Same exact feature, put in Snapchat. Because at the time, Snapchat was weak. They were 7 seconds, they took away your best memories. It was gone. But now they have it where you can save it and everything. And that was our big play. So we lost all the money. And at that point, like, what are we going to do? Mm-hmm. We really put a lot of time, effort, money, and we've told everyone this is what we're going to do. And now everyone sees we failed. We failed publicly,
right?
Which is embarrassing, but it also is very motivating. So from there, we had a lot of energy, and we were not going to fail again.
Okay.
So we had built this tool for us, and our CEO, Zeb, had realized that we hated logging into all these different tools. Marketers might have wanted to use Asana. Beginners wanted to use Trello. Developers use Jira. And he's like, I'm not logging into 3 or 4 different tools just to work with somebody.
Right.
We're going to create our own, and they can just work with us, make it really simple, really easy to use. So we did. We called it Mission Control Center, and that was our product.
Okay.
And we all of a sudden realized, hey, we don't have anything else. We should probably go to market with this. And we asked the people around us. We were living in Palo Alto. We had the CTO of Facebook right here, the CEO of Intel living here. We had great resources to talk to. And we had these young kids around them, and they were welcoming to help. So they said, hey, look, no one that we know likes our project management tool. No one is very happy about this. It's the number one space in tech. Every team, every big company has some type of tool to manage their work in one place, right? Or just, manage their work. But they were using 3 or 4 and they weren't happy. So we went to market with this, and sure, it took a year to build,
Mm-hmm.
and it took a lot of time, but that's kind of how we got into it, and it escalated from there. Once we started building this, we were all in. We all lived in a house in Palo Alto, California. We worked 16 to 18-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
We were up at 5:30 on. Really, we had stand-ups at 5:30 Monday through Friday, 7:30 on on Saturday and Sundays. We worked 7 days a week. We didn't go out. We weren't socializing. We weren't dating. We were in on this project.
Right.
We did this for years. And, I remember just at the beginning, I was talking to you before the podcast, I was making call after call, just seeing if someone would buy this software, right? Because we were behind at the beginning in a very, very crowded space. And eventually someone did, a guy named Perry Worth. And I'm actually taking Perry Worth to a game this weekend, because when we closed the deal, he said, look, you guys are obviously not as far along as some of your competitors. You're brand new, you're these young kids, but I like the way you're innovating. You're releasing a feature every single week, new features every week, and you're listening to your customers. So, I'm going to take a bet, and I'm going to buy your software. And I was so excited, but I realized I didn't even have a way to take his payment yet. We didn't have a payment system. So I ran to the other side of the room and said, hey, look, we got a customer. Right. This is real. We're on to something, man. Like, I got someone paying us. So the only thing he asked was, when we were bonding, as I was trying to sell to him, he said, hey, look, I'm a Packers fan. I was like, me too. I love the Green Bay Packers.
Nice.
So now I'm leaving from here tonight. I'm going to Wisconsin, and we're going to drive up to Green Bay.
Nice.
I'm going to take customer number 1 of ClickUp.
Look at that.
To Green Bay. So that's kind of where
dope.
we're at. That's how I got into ClickUp. That's ClickUp, and what it is project management software. So the best way I tell people is, in the morning you wake up, you probably have your email, you have your task, you have your calendar, you have your docs, you have your goals. We put it all in one place. We make it look good. We give you a bird's eye view, so you can see all of your teams, what you're working on. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have any confusion of, like, did someone email me? Is this here? Everything is in one place.
Awesome.
So that's us, man. Sorry for the long-winded story, but that is how we got about, and that's where we are today.
That's a great story. So, are you from Virginia?
Small town, Virginia, a town called Martinsville. Not really a mall, not much of going on there, but that's where I'm from. And I really love that I'm from an area like that, because I really hope more people start trying to get into tech from these areas, because tech is the future, and there's no reason why you can't do it.
Now, when you went to Virginia Tech, was Vic there, or was that?
Man, I was just his little brother was there, and that wasn't the same experience. But it was. I was there for right after I saw Michael Vick when I was getting ready to go to school. I wish, because that man was electrifying.
Crazy. So then, obviously, you said you came from a small town, so you didn't come for money. So how did you have the vision to say, hey, this is what I want to get into. This is what I want to do? Great
question. When I was young, they were doing this program where they kind of went to poor towns, and when they were, I think it was in like eighth grade, they were letting people take the SAT early, and they were like, whoever gets a good score in this, we're going to take you to Europe. Wow. And I was fascinated with the idea of travel. I'd never been outside of my little town, so I was like, I'm going to study for this SAT thing. I'm going to see if I can get in this thing. And I did. I got chosen, and man, once I got a taste of what the real world was like, I thought I knew what the world was from my tiny little town. It was nothing like I thought. There were these massive buildings, this whole new cultures. I was obsessed. So once I got back to my town, all I was focused on was, how do I get out of here? What can I learn? My dad had a great business, and I could have taken that over as a tire store, and I was always working there. But then I was like, I need to think bigger. And why can't I do these things? I have a gift of gab. I'm good at meeting people. I can talk.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna put this to use, and I'm gonna learn some things that can allow me to be in tech. So that's what I did. And I was just very lucky in college to meet someone like Zeb, who really was good at tech and product. So I just learned a lot from him. A lot of my habits, a lot of what I know came from him. But I kind of took it and turned it to my gift of gab. And now it's like I use that for social, to get eyeballs on our brand.
That's awesome. So shout out to your dad, Zeb.
Yeah.
What was the first customer's name? Paul?
Perry Worth. Perry Worth. I'll never forget.
Perry. Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, I want to learn a little bit more why the name ClickUp. And so let's go for that one first.
It's a good question. And, I'd love to tell you it was just some genius thing we put up. But what the real truth is, I don't even know if we've ever really told this. So y'all might get the first in. But ClickUp, we were really going to start another agency. We were really good at the agency game. And we had bought that domain, like get your clicks up, getting you more clicks. Oh, but so as we started this business, we had called it MCC, Mission Control Center. But we had the domain ClickUp. So, hey, we'll just put it on this domain. We already own it. And, later maybe we'll change the name. And we had our parent company was Mango Technologies. We thought we might run with that. Apple, mangoes, like a newer, fresher, cool fruit. So we thought we were going to run with that. But to be honest, the company blew up faster than we thought. Next thing, ClickUp was in. But we like it. It's a cool name.
Very cool.
Still works with us. It stands out. So ClickUp is in.
Absolutely. Where are you planning to go with ClickUp? What's like the vision, the big vision? Because when I see it, I see a preliminary Google.
Yeah.
So, what's the 100-year plan for ClickUp?
100-year plan. Our goal is to, when you wake up in the morning and you think work, the same way that you think of a Kleenex when you go to blow your nose rather than the word tissue, we want you to think of ClickUp. I'm about to click up. I'm about to hop in. I'm about to work. Okay. We want it to be a verb. We want you to think verbatim of our company when you think of all things work. It's a big goal, a lot to build, but why not go for it? Because that's really what made it stand out. In the early days, we told investors this, and they were like, you got to niche down. Like, that idea is cute, one app to replace them all, but there's always going to be these apps. So you need to forget that. And we kind of said no. And that's what made us stand out and change the space. And now everyone's starting to build a lot. So we got everyone on their toes because we really got aggressive. So now everyone's got to be aggressive too. So it's war out there. Everyone's building every feature they can. Everyone's trying to make work the best you can. So I think for us, it's really thinking ahead, understanding how to manage people, understand how people are more productive, and then making sure we build the perfect tools to make sure that every single day people are getting better, they're improving, and they're getting more done.
What type of companies would be perfect customers for you?
The good news, the reason why I love my job is that every company can use ClickUp, right? You can be a 2-person team just working together inside. You can be a wife and husband at home managing your grocery list, or you can be as complex as a team like IBM using us to really go in. So we have teams super small, we have teams large, but our goal is, some people realize that, their marketing team will use ClickUp and not the whole company. We want people to see how big of an advantage it is to have not just one team, but all your teams, because again, the big thing that we do different is you can zoom out and you can see a bird's eye view of exactly what everyone's working on. You can fully understand, and that's invaluable because 1 in 5 businesses fail. They fail because they're not focused. Right. So I always ask people, what are your teams focused on? Do you know? I'm not even asking you to use ClickUp, but use something. Make sure you know what everyone's focused on. So the good news is everyone's going to use project management in some way. Yeah. We want to be the best one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually going through that right now. And when you came and actually spoke at our business conference that we had at the Snell Convention Center, I've learned so much from you and your product, and even from your team management. One thing that I also wanted to share that I got from you was a AAA. I'm learning to put batteries in my employees' back. And AAA is make an analyzation, take advice, and give them the action plan.
Now we're talking.
Absolutely.
I'm stealing that AAA.
Yeah, absolutely.
AAA, baby. Duracell ain't got nothing on us.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, I got that, from you. So can you please tell our viewers, our followers, what are critical success factors? How are you able to motivate your team? Because your team is expanding.
Yeah. The big thing is, one of the big things is to repeat yourself. And this may sound super simple, but you don't realize that, people have a lot of things going on. So you, as a CEO or as, at the top of your business, the COO, project manager, you might know every day what you're working on, but then the person under you might not. They might just kind of be working aimlessly. You need to repeat yourself. Hey, we want to become the best company of this. Make sure every day, everything you're doing, you're thinking about that. Number 2, I think is really setting proper goals. Like don't just set something too crazy, but don't set something too small either. Right. Set a goal that makes sense, but that feels attainable, and then really give them support to getting there, and then give them a vision. So taking the big task and breaking it down. Okay, if I want to get 20 million impressions this year, I need to make X amount of videos. I need to make sure that these videos get X amount of attention. And so I need to be tracking the attention every video gets. So not only are you setting the proper goals, but set the proper processes to check these things. So if I know every week that I want to get to 20 million impressions in this month, that is what I want. Okay. To get there, I say, okay, it looks like we're getting around X amount of impressions per this on Twitter, X amount on this on LinkedIn. Then now I understand what numbers I need to get there, other than just, wandering aimlessly like, oh, I need to get to this crazy goal. It doesn't make sense. No, I know what I need to do. I know that I need to make this amount of videos. I know that if my videos hit this amount of engagement, I can get there. I know that if I double the engagement videos, I only make half the videos, and I save that team money. So that's another one. And the last thing is, think of how you can hit every goal today. It may sound crazy, but just shoot for it. Like when have you ever had a bad thing happen because you tried to cut your time in half for a goal? To me, people just set goals like 6 months out. I don't do any of that. I don't have any goals that I don't think I can try to get to tomorrow. Will I? Maybe not. But you'd be shocked at what you can get done. The last thing that we do is we have these a lot of teams are remote now, and that's cool. You should do that. Let people work where they want. But we do this really cool thing called like hackathons. And we'll say, okay, email team, you're going to come in, and I know that you guys produce, 10 campaigns a week. This week, you're going to come in, go for 50. And if you can hit 50, we're going to reward you. You're going to go out to the nicest dinner in town. You're going to go see the Padres game in the box. You're going to do that. So set some crazy goals and get them some amazing rewards for doing so. And you'd be shocked at what your team pulls off.
So you got all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll help you do that. I'll help you do that, man.
Absolutely.
Those hackathons work.
That's right. That's wonderful.
Yeah. You use ClickUp now?
Absolutely. And my cousin CJ Smith is a huge supporter as well. She
I got a link.
Shocked. Absolutely. Oh man, we're gonna get a photo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to her. It's gonna be ecstatic.
Let me talk to her, man. I'll hook her up.
Oh, absolutely. So we're big fans, and we actually seen the productivity increase by using ClickUp. So yeah, CJ Smith, we'll get that phone call.
CJ, thank you. The time you can save is crazy. I mean, it's just I can just show you so many ways. If when someone shows me their workflow, I'm like, okay, we could cut this, we could automate this. Whenever you look at all the work you do, you can always find ways to be more efficient, right? You can look at something and say, okay, this I can automate. This I can delegate. This I can augment, which means like use AI or something to make it, it's not perfect, but it'll get it done, So
right.
there's really something you can do to make any task more efficient if you're paying attention.
So you have AI kind of like Canva does, where it's in the software as well?
We have AI. So we released ClickUp AI. We're very quick to do it. We have ClickUp AI. So rather than having to go and log in another AI tool, copy, paste, do all that, you don't have to. And the coolest thing about ClickUp AI is we built these custom templates. You can say, hey, I'm a marketer. And it says, oh, you're probably going to want to do one of these 15, 20 things. So we have a template for you. So you click it, yeah, I want to build a marketing campaign. Okay, who are you targeting? What tone of voice do you want? You just put those things in and bam, ClickUp AI is not.
And you got AI Plus as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Can you share with us a little bit more about AI Plus, because that's on steroids?
Yeah, it's a whole other game. So what we're really trying to change the game with is not only most people have seen AI in a doc. You've seen AI write for you. That's cool. What you have not seen AI do is manage your work. And that's the new versions we have coming out. That is what's kind of changing the game. And that's more or less saying, okay, it looks at let's say that, every week you want to know what your team worked on. AI can pull it together for you. It can say, okay, your team got X, Y, and Z done. They didn't get to this, this, and this. So you can say at the end of the week, hey, you guys did a great job on this. Why didn't we get this done now? And you don't have to go back and check it. In the past, you'd have to go back and look. And that might be 30, 40 minutes of your time. That's valuable. Right. You can be shooting another podcast with me. And that time, we can already have a couple more reels out.
That's right.
But, why do that if you don't have to? Because everything is saving time. So, yeah, with using that tool, you can literally automate and see exactly what people are working on, which is extremely cool.
Phenomenal stuff.
And now, what I was gonna ask? Oh, so you said you have been a Packer fan, so this is your first time going.
First time in Lambeau.
Yeah, so I was telling you it's a good time to go because not freezing cold.
Man,
so I think you're gonna enjoy. Do you have any predictions as far as what the outcome of the game? Yeah,
look, obviously I'm a little biased, but you saw that game last week. We were relentless, came back 1 by 1 point with the Saints. I think we've got something to beat with the Lions. They kicked us out of the playoffs last year when they still couldn't even make it. Right. So we're not happy with them. And yet we may have lost Aaron Rodgers, but J Love is looking good.
J Love.
He's looking all right. So I think he's going to bring some love in there. I think we're going to come in hype. I really hope we have Aaron Jones back. I hope we get some offensive line back. I think we can beat him. It's going to be a close game. I'm thinking 24-21 Packers. That might be a little wishful, but that's what we're going with.
Well, we got that stamped up. I definitely want to learn more about your public speaking abilities.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ways to get people excited and motivated and get them to complete their tasks. Can you share a little bit about that?
Public speaking was a dream of mine, but not always when I was young because they used to call me Stutterham. I used to stutter as a kid.
I hear you.
I speak so fast. I used to come in and stutter.
Just a fun fact. They used to call me Mumble Mouth Moses.
Did they? And look at us now. We're speaking better than anybody. We'll go up on stage with anybody now. I'd bet on us versus.
No way.
Call us that now. Where them kids at now?
Right. Yeah. I can't believe you two.
Yeah, they ain't doing it like us. No, but I think, what I learned in life is I think that I've never really read this exactly, but it's just a message that I feel is whenever you're not good at it, you're really afraid of, you should attack. You really should. What bad can come from it? Because you can almost get better than anyone else because you really all of a sudden feel, damn. Like public speaking, I'll give you an example. The reason why I was so afraid is I was at Cvent, the first company I worked for, and I got this nice promotion. They let me speak, and the company had gotten really big, almost 2,000 people. And I get up on stage, and I completely botch it.
Really?
I mean, I fuck it up. Yeah, it's bad. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just stuttered and didn't know what to say. And it all came back and I was like, man, that is embarrassing. I remember the VP came. I was like, what happened? You seem like a smooth talker and I am, but I got on stage and ruined it. And I was like, never again. This is in my control. So I started going to a thing called Toastmasters, which is like a cool free, maybe not free, I think $60, something you pay and you sign up and you go speak. And I wasn't good for a while. And I was in Palo Alto, California, doing this and competing against people at Google, very top talent.
Right.
But all of a sudden I started realizing, like, as I got better at this, So, I can compete with these people. I have something different. I got this Southern accent.
Right.
I got this kind of different swag about me.
Right.
I have a new way of explaining. I have this energy. And when I tap into it, I realize people are really receptive to it. So I started getting better and better. And as ClickUp started growing, I was like, hey, let me do some of the commercials. Let me speak. And, I started letting it be known. Hey, I know I'm not, I know I'm not Zeb. I know I'm not the CEO, but I got a lot to say. I've seen this whole journey and I really feel strong. And as I started doing it, got better. It's really just reps. If you want to get better at public speaking, take reps. Doesn't matter if you're speaking in front of 15-person classroom or, 2,000 people. You got to take reps. And the more you do, the better it gets. It's like lifting weights. It's like boxing. It's like a sport. So to me, this is a sport. I'm still getting better. This is a rep right here. Speaking to you guys, it's easier, obviously, with questions, but you get better and better. You got to learn how to craft your presentations. I talked to a guy who I really look up to and admire. I was at his house, and he was telling me, I said, dude, you're one of the best public speakers I've ever seen. How do you do it? His name's Andy Frisilla. First Form, 75 Hard, founder of both. He told me, man, he's like, the thing is, I go up there, and I don't really have the full speech plan, but I know deep down in my heart, I really want to give them something. I want to give them some value. So I think about what that is before the speech. And I think of how I have a few stories that'll tie into it. So I know I'm going to have an intro. First 5 minutes is really important. I know I'm going to have some stories. And the last 5 minutes, how I close, it's really important. And that helped me a lot. So I'm still on my journey, but I'm starting to book bigger and bigger gigs. I'll book something in Amsterdam.
Nice.
I'm really starting to book bigger things. So I'm here for it. If anyone needs a good speaker to bring the energy and talk a little tech and a little fun, I'm here. BookCunningham.com.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna we have to see you at our gala this year, our awards gala, to talk about the importance of technology and what ClickUp is doing to bring efficiency.
Which gala are you talking about?
We're talking about our awards gala 2023.com at Saquon Casino in the Grand Ballroom.
For which company?
For the company Young Black and in Business.
Okay, there you go.
I happen to be the
I'm always supporting Young Black and in Business, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's been so much cool stuff going on. I love seeing it.
Right. Nah, this guy is something else.
It's good for the community, man. And I'm glad to see all the news, the governors, they get behind it, man. That's
absolutely.
what we need.
It's business and politics go hand in hand.
They really do.
So my goal is to make my long journey the next generation shortcut.
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank goodness, because they need a shortcut. We didn't have the shortcuts. We might as well give it to them because we took the long back road.
Absolutely. Right. So that's why you're going to be a phenomenal guest speaker.
I'm ready for it, man.
Especially regarding technology.
I've had a good journey.
Yeah, so then what made you want to take the path of public speaking? Because that's one of the best or most lucrative ways to make money.
It is a great way. It wasn't for money. I think it was more to show myself I'm not that stuttering kid that I was, in school, and then I could beat that. And I want to inspire the other kids that are doing it. I think they could never speak because they can. And to be quite honest with you, it's like a drug for me. Okay. When I get on stage and I feel that hype and I feel, when you crushed it when you're on stage, when you crushed it.
Right.
And that feeling when I step off and people are clapping and they're lined up and they want to meet me because I crushed it, that is a high like no other. So I'm really just chasing that high. The money will be great. I want to get into it to where I get paid at a higher level. But right now I'm riding the high off of it and I'm going to keep getting better, but it's not a bad thing to fall back on. It's not a bad career for sure.
Yeah. I mean, everyone wants to make money, but it's not about, making all this money to drive the Lambos and all that stuff for some people. Sometimes it's just, I want to be able to make money so I can do the things I love to do.
I think it's a good lesson for knowledge currency. Like one thing is you get the knowledge and you start applying it, but apply it to something you love. Right. Because making money it's a whole thing. You realize it doesn't bring you all the happiness you think, right? I've seen some of the rich people in the world and I'd be that happy. Right. It's not just a phrase, it's real. But if you learn to be happy with what you got, you get pretty grounded, you realize what you're worth. It's crazy what money just comes to you.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's why we had to have you on here because it is about making money to a certain degree, but it's how many people can you help?
How many can you help? And are you enjoying it while you're doing it? I think that's a big thing too. But the beauty of it is, it's not that it's not about making money, but as soon as you stop thinking about the money, I feel like when you make more money, we're just like, okay, what problem am I solving? What is this doing? Is this a dope product? Is this a dope thing I'm doing for the world? And then it's just funny how the rest just follows.
Absolutely. And that's one of our formulas that we have. Identify a problem, provide a solution, and make a profit. Whew. Like the definition of business. That's all. You see the
PSP,
problem,
man.
I look at you. You got it.
That is a really good one if you think about it. That's the formula.
That's the formula.
Find a problem, build a solution, and then find a way to make profit and then get better at the profit.
Absolutely.
Better at the problem.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, we had to have you on here. A big love. Look up ClickUp. It could definitely expand and expose your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm here to hook anyone up with it. Yeah, ClickUp.com. You can check us out. We have free trials. happy to hook people up if they need training, want to learn. If they want to move over from another business, another tool, we can do that no problem as well.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it, because I signed up. We got an affiliate link, so we'll put that in the post for the
Please sign up.
video.
Use that affiliate.
But I like that you let people try the software for free first.
100%.
So then they can get a feel for it, and then like you said, you guys have teams to help ramp them up, so they're just not out on their own. So I was really impressed when I went on there.
Thank you, man. We want to make sure it's not just it's actually for you, and that's why not give some away free. We don't want to charge if it's not for you. It's all good.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Go ahead.
No, I just is there any team members or events coming up? Because I know you have some open house a lot of times.
Yeah.
At the ClickUp facility, that I've been to, and that's phenomenal. You had any more open houses or opportunities, individuals?
I'm glad you did that one, man. That was awesome. We're definitely gonna do it again. We don't have an exact date for San Diego again. We're doing our Europe tour right now, so we got Dublin coming up, then London. But we'll be back in San Diego probably by like December or something like that, maybe around the gala time. So I'll keep y'all posted.
Nice.
We definitely want to do more, but we continue to do these events, and soon we will start doing community-led events where we find people in different cities who are like, hey, I can throw a cool ClickUp event. We give them the money and let them help us.
Man, that's outstanding.
Nice.
Well, one thing that I appreciate you about Chris, anybody that's listening, very approachable, relatable, personable, and that's genuine.
Yeah, man. I think growing up in a small town was the best thing for me. I just see the world differently, very appreciative of everything. So I appreciate it, man. You guys are very approachable too. I had fun, almost more fun hanging out with y'all before the podcast. So
that's right.
I think really loving people is a skill, but it's also just a beautiful part of life, man. If you actually, too many people just talk to try to find a way. Oh, how can this person help me? As you can tell with us, it's never been like that. We just keep showing love, hanging out, then we keep finding ways we can help each other through the conversation. So I'm never gonna change that.
And if I could just add one more piece, that's how we actually met, just by commenting on your posts.
Yeah, that was it. Y'all
definitely responded back.
Yeah,
and look at it. Now we got here Naza Currency, speaker, and a great bond that we're building.
And we keep supporting, man. We love supporting the business as well. I remember supporting people from the conference I came and spoke at. So it's been pretty awesome, man. I think make everything a two-way street. Again, helping others, seeing where we can add value. That's kind of it's almost a secret recipe to life. Like that's the best part of networking. When you meet someone, your wheels should kind of be turning. Like as you shake their hand, as you feel their energy, their vibe, you just like, damn, this is a really good dude. I think if I connected with him, they could do business. Or I think if we did a podcast together, I could bring some people from ClickUp to his business and vice versa that support his mission, mine. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Man, my last motto is I live to give.
Whew.
Okay.
That was good. Live to give.
Man, he got like for days.
Too many people. He does it. He's got Come on, man. I don't know where he keeps finding all these things. Live to give is super. It's fun to say, because too many people are just living to take.
Yeah.
They really are. They're living to like, okay, who can I get some money from today?
Right.
And the funny thing is, when you live and you give, the world just gives it back. Like you can call it karma, you can call it whatever you want, but experiment yourself. Go try giving back and tell me some things don't come back. It's happened every time for me. When I forget to give back, life checks me too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I get so focused on the work, I'm like, man, I have not been giving back. I've not been helping these people I could have. And life gives me a nice reminder. I'll get a nice little slap. Something will happen. Yeah. And I'm like, I bet that's because I wasn't giving back.
Yeah, and then whenever you give, you just feel better.
Man, the feeling is unreal. The hair stand up a little bit, especially when it's genuine. Not that giving where you hand somebody a bag of McDonald's on the street, and trying to get that phone out for Instagram. No. When you gently give and you see someone you feel the need to help, like that's when you do it, and that feeling feels great.
Yeah, I like to just just share. Living to give is like a knife and a fork. It's vital. What are we giving back, and how are we paying forward? So in business, that's all about being like solutions.
Yeah.
Living to give, paying it back, paying it forward.
100%. And if you're not thinking about that, I'm telling you, life will find a way. And just try it. Like so many people say they're going to, or they say they do, and I know they don't, and that's okay. But like when you actually do it, when it actually becomes a part of your life, it is a great feeling, and it does pay back tenfold.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would. I'm also getting into the public speaking industry as well.
Yeah, I know, man.
And I had a platform the other day. I told everybody in the crowd that try going to a senior citizen's home and giving somebody some flowers. Go to the Rady Children's Hospital and just take some a gift or something to give. And if you do not feel better after you do that, I'll cut you a check of $1,000.
Yeah,
my phone didn't ring at all.
It won't. And somebody needs $1,000. Right. But the thing is, it'll never happen. If you go do it, you won't even need that $1,000. It'll come back in some other way. Absolutely. It really, and it's something simple. Everything has to be such a big thing. It's your time. It's some energy. It's a smile.
Right.
You can do it. You can do it at Starbucks when you're
Yes, sir.
in line. You know, man, they have a rough day. They've served so many people. Just being nice, being cool, using their name, smiling, goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Before we close out, do you have any announcements?
Not too many announcements, man. We have our newer version of ClickUp coming out, 3.0. We've rolled it out to a lot of people. We're really excited about that. Looking forward to the gala in December. We're gonna have some fun with that. Other than that, man, we're just grinding away. I'm trying to really, grow ClickUp from a social perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone, if any influencers or anyone who wants to, help create content or, feels like they can do that, let me know. We're also always hiring, clickup.com/careers. So if anyone in San Diego wants a cool place to work, or really anywhere, but if you're in San Diego, we're here. We have a really nice office.
Nice.
We're always looking for new, strong, awesome people. So people who are listening to a podcast like this, Knowledge Currency, are probably the people we're looking for.
Nice.
If you're looking to better yourself, we want to give you an opportunity. So if you are listening and you are looking for a role, you want to switch it up, you really want to see what you can bring to the table, hit me up and I'll be happy to refer you.
Dang. All powerful stuff. You got anything before we close out?
Absolutely. I just want to just thank you again. And just remind the viewers that this podcast is brought to you, Knowledge Currency, of this episode by ClickUp.
And Mr. Cunningham, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Very nice speaking with you, meeting you. Genuine person. I love it. And if there's anything we can do to help service you, you let us know.
Vice versa. Pleasure's all mine, man. You guys are too much fun. We can do this. We do this all the time, man. We'll do another podcast probably outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let us know when you get back from the game. I want to hear your experience.
I'm going to hit y'all. Yeah, I'm going to text you, let you know my experience.
And what was that score again? What was your prediction?
Hey, 24-21, Green Bay Packers, baby.
Yeah.
I hope I don't eat these words too bad. This is recorded.
Well, in the words of Dr. Dre, just chill till the next episode and it's a wrap.
Woo.
Thank you.